Can I just testify? And I know I'm running out of time. But one of the reasons, besides the fact that my husband said to me, baby, I think Senator Sanders is your candidate, you need to rethink your position. But when I juxtaposition my life story with what this man was standing for, having a mother who died at the young age of 42 years old with her dreams deferred. I was 22 years old and my baby sister was 12. 7 kids. My mother snuffed out and she died on the system of welfare. She didn't have a life insurance policy. She didn't have any money in the bank. But she did the very best that she could for 7 babies. When I thought about how Senator Sanders was fighting for $15 minimum wage for poor people in this country, I said, he's talking about my mama. When he talked about universal health care as a right, he was talking about my mama. When he talks about making sure that our young people are not saddled with debt as they walk across the stage with their degrees, he was talking about people like me who are first-generation college graduates and who became cycle breakers because of the power of education. We need doers of the deed. And that's why People's Summit, the math may not have been in Senator Sanders' favor, but baby, the social studies is in his favor. Universal health care, raising the minimum wage, doing something about climate change and gun violence and an unjust justice system that locks up black and brown folks in this country. The social studies is on his side. The social studies is on our side. I'm full this afternoon. We're not going for the okie doke no more. We're not going for the okie doke no more. No more. No more. We need doers of the deed. We need doers of the deeds. Doers of the deed. And lastly, in the words of my grandmother, who was hailed from the South, my grandmother could not read or write, but sisters and brothers, she could count her money. And she kept her money in the Southern Ladies Bank and Trust with a handkerchief. When I asked my grandmother, what does it take to be successful in life, she said, all you need are the 3 bones, the wishbone, the jawbone, and the backbone. She said the wishbone will give you courage to hope, because hope is the motivator, but the dream is the driver. She said the jawbone will give you courage to speak truth to power. I want you to lift your voice and not just be comfortable with being in the room. But the most important bone of them all, the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious bone, is the backbone, because the backbone will keep you standing through all of your trials and your tribulations. And People's Summit, we're going to go through some stuff, but we can't have a testimony without a test. And we are being tested, whether we have courage enough, conviction enough, people power enough to stand up and do what is right for ourselves and generations yet unborn. If you are a doer of the deed, I want you to stand up to your feet right now and say, I am a doer of the deeds.